Hollywood. Here's the game where knowledge is king and Lady Luck is queen. It's the Joker's Wild. And now, here's the host of the show, Bill Cohen.
Wow. What a super group that is, huh? Thank you. Thank you all. Hello, and we're happy to have you with us. You're a marvelous-looking group, and welcome to the Joker's Wild. Now, if memory serves, and it usually doesn't, but I'll take a chance, we were in the middle of a game last time, so Charlie O, if you would, introduce our player.
Well, Bill, first our challenger. He writes music and enjoys traveling in foreign languages, Mike Brozinski. And our current champion is a firefighter who enjoys scuba diving. His winnings totaling cash and prizes, $21,550. Pete Goff.
Well, there they are, Pete and Mike. That's that close to being Pat and Mike. That would be quite a combination. We'll talk first to our challenger, as we usually do. Mike, we met you on our last show, and you are a musician. Am I right there?
That's correct, Bill, and a songwriter as well.
And if I remember correctly also, you were trying to earn $20,000, I believe it was, in order to buy a synthesizer. Is that right?
Yeah, a bunch of synthesizers, some computerized equipment. But, you know, that's a big dream.
It is. Well, actually, with today's music, the keyboards and the synthesizers are hard to buy and hard to say. It is quite an investment you have to make in order to have a band like that. Is that not true?
That's exactly true.
Well, maybe your dreams come true. And if you don't believe in your dreams coming true, take a look to your left, because here, ladies and gentlemen, is our champion. He has won 6 games. Total winnings, ready for this, $21,550. Boy. Congratulations, Pete.
Thanks, Bill.
What a job you've done with us. Now, Pete's a firefighter in Los Angeles. How are all the people down at the fire station, how are they taking to your winnings, Pete?
Oh, I think it's great, Bill. We watch the show every day at the fire station.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, losers got to do the dishes, so...
You watch Joker's Wild, and the one who loses do the dishes?
Yes, sir.
You win a lot?
I hate to do dishes, Bill.
So you see, Mike, that's what made him so good. We're in a tight game right here with Mike and Pete, so let's see who washes the dishes. When we interrupted, here are the categories we were playing with. Give you both a chance to look at them again. They are plays and playwrights, followed by nursery rhymes, World War II, fact or photo. You know about that one. That's where you either hear a fact or see a photo. That's what interests you there. So we'll give you that choice on that. Now, let's take a look at the scores when time was called. It was a pretty close game, as you see. Mike had 400, and Pete, our champion, had 450. Now, before we do anything else, Alan, am I correct here? According to the indicator, our champion, Pete, had a spin. Is that right? That's a little, no. Mike had the spin coming. I just want to straighten that out. Okay, now, let me say before we give Mike his spin, a natural triple jackpot. If either of you get the same category across the board, without any further ado, we stop the game and give you everything that's in there. Hasn't been hit for a while. Natural triple is now worth $9,050. So, okay, gentlemen, we're ready to pick it up. Mike, you have $400. Pete has $450. Spin away, Mike, and good luck.
Okay, Triple, let's see it.
Mike Brzezinski has World War II, plays, and a three-way split for a $50 win, Mike.
Okay, let's try World War II for 50.
World War II for $50. Late in 1941, American oil embargoes began to damage the Japanese economy, and the Premier of Japan decided to wage war on the United States. For $50, name the Japanese Premier.
Tojo?
That's right. Hideki Tojo. Well done, Mike. That's way back before your time. Did you know the answer to that one, Pete?
Yes, I did, Bill.
And Mike hadn't gotten that. Pete would have had the shot and put the game away. Well, $450 apiece. Pete.
Let's see some jokers.
Spinning for a win. That's World War II. World War II theme song with $450. What's your decision?
World War II for 100, Bill.
And if you get it, you will win the game. If you miss it, as you know, it goes over to Mike. And then if Mike answers it, he will win the game. Pete, at this moment, you're trying for $22,100 total winning. Here it comes. During World War II, Pete, the career of this American general was nearly ruined when he slapped two soldiers he thought were faking an illness. What was the last name of this tough general for $100 in the game, $22,100, that they called Old Blood and Guts? Pete.
Patton.
Patton is the right answer. You're still champion. Congratulations. Congratulations to our champion, Pete Goff, a firefighter here in Los Angeles. That is your 7th consecutive win, Pete. And I have to say to you, Mike, you certainly did you could not have done any better. You had no missing. You answered the questions you had to answer. You answered some tough ones. Mike, it's been a pleasure having you here. We have some nice consolation prizes.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
All right, that's good, Mike. Thank you. We'll be back here and give Pete a chance against the devil after these few words for you. $22,100. That's not too sleazy, is it, Pete?
Not bad at all, Bill.
Come on, we're going to give you another shot against the devil. Here we go. You're doing a good job.
Ah, not too bad.
You were doing a remarkably good job, and the guys at the firehouse should be... You told me your fire station is in the Dodger Stadium area, is that right?
Yeah, Bill. Fire Station 44.
44. All the guys 44 are watching?
Oh, of course.
Anyone here with you today?
Yeah, my parents are here again.
Let's take a look.
Kind of rooting me on. Pete and Kay Goff there.
Pete and Kay, there they are. Hi. That's been good luck for you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what happens. You can stop at any time and take the money as long as you haven't seen the devil. Or if you go all the way through and get up to 1,000 without seeing the devil, you win the money and this, Pete.
Well, Pete, here are 3 gifts that are sure to be just your cup of tea. First, Pete, you'll heat up water for your tea on this top-quality range. A beautiful electric range with self-cleaning oven and digital timing center. Exclusive speed broil broiling system broils foods on both sides at once to seal in natural juices from White Westinghouse. Then you'll enjoy your tea poured from a sparkling silver service. From Oneida Silversmiths, a beautiful assortment of gifts for all your entertaining and gift-giving needs, including your choice of luxurious stainless flatware and silver-plated hollowware from Oneida. And finally, Pete, on vacation, you'll have the opportunity to pick up your favorite brand of tea. And you'll find quite a selection in legendary London, England. Keep yourself in tradition of visiting fantastic museums and historical landmarks during your 7-day stay in the capital of England. You'll witness spectacular pageantry, marvel at the stately castles and homes of British royalty, and enjoy some of the best theater in the world from travel programmers. And pack your bags and board your Jumbo 747 jet as you fly to London and enjoy the comfort and services of Northwest Orient Airlines. While in London, you will enjoy the traditional turn-of-the-century grace and charm of an Edwardian hotel, ideally located for shopping, theaters, and the British museums. This your cup of tea package is worth in cash and prizes over $4,650.
That'll bring you... that'll bring your total winnings up to almost 27. Have you ever been to London, Pete?
No, Bill.
It is a lovely city, a lovely, sort of sophisticated, civilized city.
I've heard a lot about it.
Wish you luck. You may stop whenever you want, as you know.
Okay.
Okay, Pete's first spin. He spins away, and he has $75, $100, $150. Right, he's going. He goes on, $150, $200, $300, $450.
I'm going to keep going.
No hesitation, whatever. $450, $500, devil.
Get me again.
He keeps popping up there. Now, let me see. How many times in your 7 games have you beaten the devil up here?
Only 3, Bill.
Only 3. That's pretty good for one fella. Your total winnings right now, $22,100, and you're still playing the game.
Yeah.
And we'll be back here. Give Pete another chance right after a few words for you.
Some of our departing contestants will receive...
Rent the Rug Doctor for professional results at a fraction of the cost. The vibrating brush removes deep down dirt.
Rug Doctor, steaming mad, that's dirt.
Canned pastas come out in one lump. Introducing Ragu Pasta Meals. Fresh taste you don't get from a can.
Well, that's different from the other ones.
Got an unwelcome wagon? Painted Red Devil.
Back to you, Bill.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Don't go too far because we're going to be shooting it back to you because we're going to... Hi, Pete.
Hi, Bill.
Pete has $22,100 in 7 consecutive wins, and Charlie, it's time for him to meet another opponent.
Okay, Bill recently moved from Hawaii. She's a sales representative who enjoys skiing and gourmet cooking. Nancy Neubauer.
Hello and welcome, Nancy.
Hi, how are you?
Very fine, thank you. Tell us about your work.
I'm an account executive for a national advertising firm.
And you're also a gourmet cook, I am told?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Why's that?
Well, I'm hoping to win enough money and prizes to open up my own catering business and maybe a small restaurant.
Hey, it's pretty interesting. How much would it take, Nancy, to get you started in a restaurant or a catering service? How much would you need?
Well, I could follow along with what Pete's doing over here.
Oh, yeah? You could do 20. Yeah, 20,000 seems to be like the number.
It's a nice round figure.
Pete has 22,000. Mike needed 20,000 to buy some musical equipment, and you need 20,000.
Well, maybe I can just take both of them and make it 40,000.
Hey, that's you take 2 partners or something like that. The 3 of you'd make a grand trio. You know how everything works, do you not, Nancy?
Yes, I do.
We're happy to have you with us. We wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
And we have new categories now. I'll move aside and give both of you a chance to see there. The biggest and best, all about words, the Grammy Awards, Mr. or Mrs., and finally Fast Forward Science, which is a good category if either of you needs to do any catching up, especially good for the champion. So, natural triple jackpot right now, $9,050. Nancy, good luck to you. Spin away.
Come on,
Our
natural
challenger,
triple.
Nancy Neubauer, has a joker, biggest and best. Very good spin.
Well, I'll take biggest and the best for 200.
I already have the card out. I'm not surprised. The largest desert in the world, Nancy, is located in Africa and covers 3.5 million square miles, making it approximately the same size as the United States. For $200 and a good start, name this big desert.
Would it be the Sahara Desert?
It would indeed, and you have 200 up there. It's interesting. I knew it was the biggest, and I knew it was gigantic, but I didn't know it was approximately the same size as the United States. Well, learn something every, well, not every day, but Pete, you ready to spin?
Yes, sir.
There he goes. Jokers. He has Mr. and Mrs., all about words, and another Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. for 100, please.
All right, Pete, this popular 1983 film comedy starred actor Michael Keaton as an unemployed parent who must stay home and mind the kids while his wife brings home the bacon. For $100, Pete, complete the film's title, Mr. Who?
Mom.
Correct. You have 100 in the score. It's 200 for Nancy and 100 for Pete. All right, Nancy.
Okay, I'm still looking for that natural
Nancy has a
triple.
good lead. She has Joker. Joker. Ooh. Good Grammy Award.
I'll take Grammy Awards for 200.
You haven't hit the 3 Jokers, but Nancy,
I'm not complaining.
you've been spinning almost as well as one can spin. You're going to make it $400, and here's your question, Grammy Awards. In 1978, the composition You Light Up My Life won the Grammy for Best Song. And the vocalist who recorded it won the Grammy for Best New Artist of the Year. For $200, and she's smiling over there. What's that Grammy winner's last name?
Boone?
Boone is right. Kevin Boone. Well, obviously, you're both pretty good on this subject. It's $400 against you, Pete. You're sort of spinning to stay in the game.
I need some jokers.
Our champion has Grammy Awards, Mr. or Mrs. That's not a good spin for Pete.
Oh, I'll take Mr. or Mrs. for 50, please.
All right, a TV comedy from the 1950s starred actor Wally Cox in the role of a mild-mannered science professor at Jefferson Junior High School. For $50, Pete, that professor's name was Mr. Who? By golly, a generation gap. Nancy, well, you can pick up the $50. The professor's name was Mr. Who?
The only thing I can think of is Mr. S.
No, Nancy, that is indeed a horse of another color, Mr. Ed. It was, Wally Cox played the part of Mr. Peepers, Professor Peepers. So anyway, nothing happened to you, Peter. It's all right. We're still at 400 to 100. We'll be back right after this for you. Oh, bit of a horse. Well, Pete has our champion $22,100, but Nancy Newbar has been spinning up a storm. So, Nancy, you're at 400. It's your spin.
Hey, I'm still looking for that natural
See what
triple.
Nancy comes up with. She has the biggest and best, fast forward, and a joker, and that's a good spin. What do you want to do?
I'll take biggest and the best for 100.
Biggest and the best for $100 using your joker to that avail. And that means that if you get it, you have a very, very possible win. Still a chance for Pete. So you're going for a possible win here, Nancy, $100. Here we go. I want to read this slowly. You'll see why as I read it. In 1899, a drug called acetylsalicylic, there, I said it right, acetylsalicylic acid was produced for the first time by two German chemists. A few years later, it became the largest selling over-the-counter non-prescription drug in the world. For $100, for 500 total and a possible win. Nancy, what's the more common name for that drug?
Aspirin?
You have $500 and a possible win. Well, Pete, you know the situation. In order to win, you need 3 jokers or a fast-forward combination. You're at $100. Good luck. This could be Pete's last spin.
Jokers.
He has fast-forward, biggest and best, and a joker. And, Pete, I ask you what you want to do.
Fast-forward science for 100, Bill.
I had a feeling that's the way you'd go, Pete. Here's the situation. Nancy has 500. Pete has 100. In fast-forward science, you fast-forward anything, you answer as many questions as you wish. Each one pays the amount of the spin. If you miss, you lose the total money. You've earned the spin, and the game is over. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, for your first $100, here's the question. This branch of physics deals with the sound and sound. Let me reread again because I don't want to make a mistake. This branch of physics deals with sound and sound waves and plays an important role in the designing of theaters. The name of this science comes from the Greek word meaning to listen. For $100 added to your score, name this sound science.
Acoustics.
Acoustics is right. You have 100. You want to go on?
Yes, I do, Bill.
I asked for the record. He goes on. You're now going for your second to bring you up to $300. A flower's stamen produces tiny yellowish grains that fertilize other flowers. The name for these tiny grains is derived from the Latin word meaning fine flour, spelled F-L-O-U-R. For another $100, what's that name?
Pollen.
Correct. You are now up to 300. I asked for the record again. It's silly, but I ask anyway. Do you want to go on?
Yes, I do, Bill.
In 1908, a German physicist developed a device or counter designed to detect sources of radioactivity. Prospectors still use this type of device to find valuable radioactive minerals. Name this radiation counter named after the German physicist.
Geiger.
Geiger is correct. You are now, you want to go on?
Yes, I do, Bill.
Again, it's a dumb question, but I must ask it. You are now at 400. This, if you answer correctly, will give us a tie game, Pete. Here's the question. Please, whatever you do, don't help. It's important here. Fish extract oxygen from water by taking it in through their mouths and passing it over a specialized organ. For another $100, name the organ a fish uses to breathe.
Their gills.
Correct. We have a tie game. Question is, it's 500 for you, 500 from Nancy. Pete, you want to go on knowing if you miss this, you lose it all.
I got to go for it, Bill.
It's all or nothing at all. All right, here it is. If he answers it right, he wins for the 8th time. If he misses it, Nancy's the new champ. In 1961, a Soviet cosmonaut and an American astronaut became the first human beings to be launched into space. Yuri Gagarin was the cosmonaut for the game. And $22,700, Pete, if you get it right. What was the last name of his American counterpart?
Shepard.
Correct. You're still standing with one another. There it is, $600 win, $22,700. Nancy, you had it won. Nancy Neubauer had it won. Thank you, Nancy. Consolation prizes, and you were sensational. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Got a word for you right here. Sure. We're out of time. So long from the Joker's Wow. Bye.
We're adding a storage shed to the National Triple Jackpot. It's Lambert Storage Building. Multi-purpose storage facility, strong and durable rust-proof aluminum, compact, easy assembly from Lambert Corporation. And now the National Triple Jackpot is worth over $9,500. Some of our departing contestants will receive.
Introducing Bluebonnet Spread in a big new 2-pound size.
Your feet have had a rough day. Soothe them with Isotoner Comfort Slippers.
The perfect gift for Mother's Day at all fine stores.
If cleaning the toilet bullies you, Thick Swish cleans as it goes and smells fresh.
We'll play Thursday.